Okay, today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace a starter on a JKU Wrangler 2007 to 2011. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. First thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the negative battery terminal. I've seen a lot of people doing it. They disconnect the positive first. You don't do that. All right, you have to disconnect the negative first. You don't have to disconnect the positive. Leave that alone. Okay, you start playing around. It can backtrack the flow of electricity. It can backtrack if you take off the positive first, especially in some cars. All right, so people just, they're telling you things that they don't know what they're doing. All right, starter is down here. And the best way to get to it is underneath the truck. Now, I took the wheels off. You don't have to take the wheels off because I'm doing other projects on this truck. But I'm going to show you. Let me get under here. There's an option. Now, you don't have to, again, you don't even have to take out the drive shaft. I took it out because I like to check the joints and everything. When I'm near something, I like taking it apart, especially if I haven't did it in a while. But you don't have to do that. Okay, starter's right up there. Okay. And basically, you got your 2 bolts. I can't even get my hand up there. Okay, you have 1 bolt there. It's a 15 millimeter. You have another bolt here, 15 millimeter. Now, it has 3 bolts. I worked on like 20 of these already, and none of them have that 3rd bolt. So I don't know if it's supposed to be there or not. But if yours doesn't have it, don't worry about it. This car doesn't have it, and 15 of the other cars I worked on didn't have it. So I don't know if it's an option or, 2 bolts is enough. When I take it out, I'm going to see if there's any threads. Maybe I'll put a 3rd bolt in there. But like I said, you don't have to. So there's a heat shield here too. So instead of just trying to take that heat shield off, well, let me, hold on here. Instead of trying to just pull it and I take the starter off first, right? And then I bring the starter down. I just slide out the sleeve so I can disconnect the battery terminal and the little starter S terminal. All right, so I'm going to take those out and show you what it looks like. Okay, so once you have it out and it's still hooked up, the wires are still hooked up, it's easier to slide this cover off and on. Same way you do it when you put it on. You put the wires on first and then you slide this on. And make sure you have this because it's very important. Your converter is right here, right next to it, and it doesn't have a shield on it. And it'll bake the starter and cause it to fail prematurely. So that cover is not for looks. That cover is for a reason. You don't have it, you better go get one before you start the job. All right, I think it does have a third bolt. I'm gonna put it in. I don't know, people, who knows, they do rush jobs. I don't know what the reason is. But I'm gonna take it out, show you what it looks like. Okay, now once you just pull it out, you want to check the starter terminal, the S terminal right here. Make sure it's not corroded in there. Make sure the wire doesn't feel thick and doesn't bend. That means it's corroded. And over here, you can maybe clean it a little bit or just make sure it's not corroded. Make sure the wires are not binding anywhere, rubbing on the block anywhere before you put the starter in. It's just a good idea. And then when you take the starter out, it's going to have a spacer. You make sure the spacer goes back. Okay, it only goes back basically one way. And then once you put the starter in, hang it on the terminals and tighten it, I'll show you where that is right from there. So, like I said before, when you put the new starter in, put the bolt, put the battery terminal wire on there so you can hang it, but don't just put it in a hole. Make sure you put the little spacer in there, but don't put no bolts. This way, the starter's going to hang down a little bit, and you can slide this heat shield on there easier when it's mounted, because then you're going to squish it against the mount over there, and it won't go on right. All right, and then once you get it all the way on, then you could just put your bolts in. I found the 3rd bolt, and I tightened it in. I mean, if yours only has the 2, somebody didn't put the 3rd one. It's not it's not critical, but it's nice to have it. I mean, it's there for a reason. They designed it that way. So I found another bolt and I put it there. And that's basically it. Of course, like I said, the drive shaft's out of the way, but you don't have to do that. You can easily do it without doing anything like that. I did that, like I said, I'm checking things out. And it's a little bit easier for me. And that's it. All right, Motorcar Nut 2020. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please subscribe. I got a lot of videos coming, all different types of cars and all different types of problems and repairs. All right, guys, take it easy. Thank you.